everybody. I am John
I'm Joni.
for the Human Potential. We're going to make some changes to the channel. The whole concept is about spirituality, spiritual development, but it's all about human development too. And like I've always said, we are basically spiritual beings having a human experience, right?
Right.
So really, none of this stuff really matters other than if you understand the full potential of who you are. And I'm one of those people that is cover broad topics. That's why I changed it to human potential. The name originally was Grow, Love, and Expand because it's about growth, it's about love and expanding your knowledge and awareness. I may go back to that. I'm also toying with the name Here's the Thing because I always say here's the thing and make it more of like a podcast type reality as well, because I like to cover all topics that relate to the human development and also spirituality of common topics that are happening in the world today. So I'm toying with that. Let me know what you think. If you like Grow, Love, and Expand, A Moment of Bliss, Human Potential, or Here's the Thing. Because I do have vast opinions on a lot of things, and I would love to interview people in general. But the whole purpose of this channel was I had a spiritual sort of revelation a long time ago, like in 1987, where I had that who's God, who am I, what's God, who is God, what does God do, who am I, what am I? I had that sort of revelation way back when, and that's what this journey has been, right? It's kind of like, and what I found was what I was told was total the crap. I was led to believe things that, God is evil, God is vengeful, God is, you go to hell and right. And all that's crap. It's just crap. It's not true. None of it is true. And we are much more than what we think we are, right?
Right.
Way more, right?
Right.
And that's when I
Absolutely.
realized, wait a second, wait a second here. So whatever I've been told was a total lie. And I got pissed. I got pissed off. I got pissed off at everybody because I'm like, what is this crap? And I'm one of those people who dissect things, right? And I have to learn from myself. And that's why I encourage you to, do your own research, right?
Right.
Do your own research. Don't just believe us or trust us and what we say. But if it rings true, then follow it with all your might. You find your gurus out there and you listen to them, But once I found that God is loving, pure, and kind, and that God is actually you and I and everybody, right? There's a greater source to this we're all connected with. So
everything and all things
are God,
right.
if you will. It's just a word that we use to describe what we cannot understand, right? And yet the reality is all things, everything is of this source, infinite wisdom. God got us all that is. And it's like, I would say, if you found the cure for cancer, would you hold that to yourself or would you want to tell the world?
No, you have to tell the world.
Right? You would feel compelled.
Absolutely.
It's the same how I feel about this information, right? I feel compelled. And that's what this whole thing is all about. And that's why, I'm thinking of changing the name to Here's the Thing, because that's what I say. But I do want to broaden it and talk about all kinds of topics. What do you think? Because we do talk about presidents, we talk about current events,
right. Right.
in our own privateness. And I say, look, this is what's happening, this is what's going on.
Right. I definitely don't think you should limit yourself to one topic or just a few topics.
Right.
Because in reality, everything is interconnected.
It is.
Anyway, So what you call it is kind of secondary. You're going to give the information. So.
But what I do is, even now as I'm talking with you and discussing with you, it's an intuitive download that I'm feeding you. It's like I'm here speaking, but yet I feel my guides, my energy of higher self
coming through,
feeding through, right? And I can sort of hear it. So I have the ability to see multidimensional realities. I can all at once. And it's like, that's why when I give readings to people, it's a potential possibility of what could occur if you continue this line of path.
So the spiritual aspect is there no matter what you're talking about, no matter
Every
what.
time.
Okay. So then that's what the channel is.
Right.
I don't know if people out, anybody listening will understand that, but that's what it is, period.
Right. So what does that mean?
Well, yeah, I just say what resonates with you here, what.
I don't know. Here's the thing, yeah, I don't know, but so, like that, yeah, that's the trying to just really see information. But when I do, like I say, when I do a reading for somebody, right? And they say, well, they come to me, I don't, I'm not really, I don't care really about the person at all. I don't care. I just get to feed the information. It's just what flows through, right? And it's them talking to themselves. But a lot of times when people say, oh, they were totally wrong, they were like, well, so it's based on a probability of your current events and your current situation, right? Based on your current decisions. If you alter those decisions, because we have free choice, then the path could be somewhat different. Right.
So and it's not your opinions you're offering.
So it's a probability of the events that have occurred in the past that can sometimes dictate your future.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a probability, and that's what you see. But yeah, when I do a reading, right, it's not my opinion.
No, sometimes I don't think people understand that. They think it's John the person telling them.
Right, and that's why...
And that you have to kind of make that clear to them that it's not you that's telling them.
That's why a lot of times when I do a reading, it's like I almost have to say, okay, no, just shut up. Don't talk. Shut up. Like, don't talk. Like when I'm doing a reading with somebody, because it's a flow. And the only reason I can describe it is it's a flow of information that's just coming through. And if you interrupt that flow, like the person says, yeah, and they ask a question, it's like, okay, let me go, and then I'll give you...
Because then you have to listen.
Because then I'll give you the opportunity to answer the question, but I don't want to interrupt the flow, right?
Right.
I don't want to interrupt that flow and what's coming through. Let it just go through, and then in that flow, almost 100% of the time, their question is answered.
Right. Right.
Or a lot of times what happens is they get so intent on just their question that they miss the whole lot of other information.
They just want to hear about one thing, and that's what's in their mind.
And they totally, I go, well, that's what we're talking about. If you did this, then that gets taken care of, which is, But that's my whole point. So this whole thing is about spirituality. And it's about, finding the greatness that already exists within you, becoming aware of it. Okay, it's not learning something new. It's becoming aware of what already is, right? And understanding that purpose within thyself that allows us to have that strength and courage and confidence to pursue. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about even today, was the topic, what we've discussed, is about leadership, right? True leadership. And I implore everybody out there to start thinking of themselves as leaders, right? And that doesn't mean you need to protest. That doesn't mean you need to be violent. That doesn't need to be anything. It's just strong leadership. And it's time that people start taking responsibility for themselves. And like I've said,
lead by example.
If I was the president, the strong leadership, the president of the United States, I mean, that's one of the first things that I want to do when ask not what the country can do for you, but what you can do for the country. In other words, stop being a pain in the ass. Stop being a jerk in life if you are, and start taking responsibility for your actions. Start being kind and generous and nice. In other words, the world doesn't revolve around you.
Nor does it owe you anything.
Nor does it owe you anything. How many people do you meet in your life that are so self-absorbed, right? And I call it the 15 item or less rule, okay? Yeah. You're at a grocery store, it's 15 items. It's not 16. It's not 17, right? For too long, we have let people, oh, no, it's okay. Well, no, get the fuck out of the way. No, you're in the wrong lane. Leave, move, get out. And that's what we need to start doing with people. Train them to be kind, to be generous. My allergies are kicking my butt. To be kind and generous and respectful, right? Once again, respectful to your neighbors, right? Your tree is encroaching. Screw you, you cut it. No, you cut it. You take responsibility. Be kind, be generous. You have 16 items. It's 15 items or less, okay? Get out, go, move.
Recognize it and do something about it.
Do something about it.
Yeah, don't wait to be told.
Let's not wait for the world to change.
Right.
Let's change within ourselves and be kind, be generous, be loving, right? And if you have 16 items, I think the store says, you refuse to leave? Get out of my store. Get out of my store. That's what we need to get back to. Personal responsibility. And it's okay to say, get out of my store. That's why it's okay in a gentle, kind way, right? To say, get out of my life. If people are in your life that are not kind, generous, and loving, or are not supportive of you, it is okay for you not to be friends with them. That doesn't mean you dislike them. That doesn't mean you hate them, right?
Right.
It just simply means you're dismissing them from your life. And again, we've talked about this before. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to dismiss them, just simply look at them and say, you are no longer part of me. I let you go. Right. And allow the universe to take care of the situation for you.
We understand it's difficult to do because that person may have been in your life for a long time. It may even be a family member, and you don't choose your families. So,
supposedly.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's another topic. So then, because that's true, you have to be strong enough within yourself to distance yourself from that person. It's for your own good.
Right.
Absolutely, right. For your own good.
And so if you don't know how to get out of the situation, simply, you're no longer a part of me, I let you go.
Yes.
Right? So the universe will remove them. Somebody had a story, you're going to say, well, they're becoming a belligerent. Right. Well, that's when law enforcement gets called. Right? And law enforcement says, okay, you're going to get arrested now because you have 16 items. Now think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. This person is so belligerent because they have 16 items in a 15-item lane and somebody's telling them to leave, they become belligerent, and then that police have to be called, and they could potentially get arrested. Think about that. Now, is that a good human being? Is that a good human being?
No, it's utterly ridiculous.
Right? It's selfish.
Yeah.
It's selfish. And again, we get people that, I'm in the pub, I work, in customer service, right? FedEx, everybody knows FedEx. When people come with their packages and they're on their phone. It's so disrespectful. They're on their phone, like not paying attention. How about respect me enough to get off your phone? That's what I'm saying. As a leader, there's so many issues. And I understand that. But a lot of these issues are because we don't know thyself. If we understood and know thyself and that we are all one and that we are all part of the same unit, then a lot of these issues go away. And I've always said, a lot of the issues within our planet, within our world, if everybody was just nice, they would go away. Mm-hmm. Right? Empathy. Right? Empathy. No one's saying to be a sheep. Okay? Empathy is not being a sheep. But if we had empathy, kindness, generosity, and love for one another, a lot of these problems would go away because we would see ourselves as a whole unit,
right.
Not as an individual country or as an individual person within a cosmic of realities coinciding with one another as if we have nothing to do with it.
Right.
We have everything to do with it because we are all connected. We are all one.
That's right. And you will find that is returned to you. What you put out is returned to you. So if you want to go out and be a jerk all day long, that's just what you encounter all day long. People who don't treat you right, people, all kinds of situations that are disturbing to you. So but just try for one day and see how it works.
Now, I'm going to disagree with that because I believe that's a lot of New Age mumbo jumbo. That's crap.
What you put out comes back.
Right. It's not true. But you can believe that if you want, but it's just simply not true. It's bullshit. It's utter bullshit. And let me tell you why. What you put out doesn't always come back to you because sometimes the universal laws don't apply when the game is rigged. And sometimes it's very difficult to overcome certain obstacles when the game is rigged. And you have to find ways around it. That doesn't mean that you should be negative. That doesn't mean that being positive isn't good. That's not what I'm saying. But sometimes you could put out kindness, loving, and all that, but the world itself is not generating that energy back to you. So the question you have to ask yourself is, why isn't that energy coming back to you if you're putting that out? And what it is an opportunity to become more aware and how to overcome that. See, so
I think that
basically, if you are, so you're saying if you're happy, be.
no, not
If you
not
put out
even,
positive energy,
not
so-called
even
positive
not
energy, that's
even-
going to come back to you.
yeah, not even happy so much as just as you go about your day, be a good human being.
Right.
Be considerate.
Right.
I'm not saying that the world's gonna kowtow to you
Okay.
and all of a sudden
Okay.
get
Okay.
everything you want. I'm
Okay.
just saying, be a good human.
Okay.
I think you will find, for the most part, people will return that to you.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Okay. Once again, I'll challenge that. So, be a good human being, and then the universe. Eventually, that might be true. But also, what might be true is that you may have an opportunity to be a good human being. In other words, the universe might challenge you.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true. You will get challenged. I
So-
agree with that.
How you handle that. So I'm putting out good human beings and I'm getting back a lot of rude people. So what I'm putting out isn't necessarily coming back to me. But what is coming back to me is an opportunity to overcome the rudeness,
Right.
to be kind, to be generous.
Right.
That doesn't mean be a sheep. That doesn't mean stay there and be punched in the face.
No, and
But
I
it's an
don't say it will come back to you immediately.
but it may come back to you not in the way that you think.
Oh,
It may
okay.
come back to you in a way to
Could be.
overcome the possibility.
Could be.
Because people always say that what you put out, you get back. Yeah, I just don't. I think that's
don't-
just crap.
I think it's true, but I don't think it's the way people think. It might not be right then in that interaction that you're having.
But that's
It's
my
not
point.
in the
It is
16
that
item
way.
person
No,
right then and there.
correct. But no, that's what I'm saying. It is that way. So the universe is giving you an opportunity to overcome that rudeness by being kind and being
Okay.
generous.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Right. Sure.
And so once you do that enough and get past that, then the rest will
Then
follow
it'll
through.
follow. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you just simply make the statement, what you put out, you get back, I don't necessarily
Okay.
agree with.
So there's a little bit further explanation required for that.
Right, because what you put out, you
Right.
might not get back in the way that you think you're getting it back.
Right.
But it may come back in a way of a rude person. And you're going, hey, I'm putting out good energy. Why am I getting a rude person?
Right.
And you're going to go, well, that's screwed up, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
I go to work and I'm
No.
good every day.
No. It's not screwed up. It's just that the universe is giving you an opportunity to be kind, generous, and nice.
Okay. All right.
See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So does that answer?
Yeah, but every minute of every day of your life, you have the opportunity to be a good person. So
But that's not my point. Your point is what you put out, you get back. And I'm saying no.
no, I understand.
What you put out, you might not get back in the way that you think, but you're actually getting it back in a way that doesn't make sense. But yet it does if you look at it from another point of view.
Right.
In that, okay, I have an opportunity to be kind, generous, and nice. And then once you do that several times, then that sort of goes away. And then because it's kind of like a challenge. Okay, or is this person really serious?
Oh, I see. Right.
So the universe gives you opportunity, right?
Right.
So, it's like I want to be rich. Okay, God, help me be rich. Okay, so does God just drop, he might, or it might, drop I shouldn't say he, that's wrong, love, but when they put it a pile of money in your lap? Or does the universe, the God, goddess, all that is, give you an opportunity to become rich? And we don't recognize it.
Right. That's
Because we're thinking, win the lotto.
right.
Not that you could win the lotto, you might win the lotto.
Right. Right.
Or does,
But you have to be willing to recognize the opportunity that's presented to you,
that's my point.
or be open to it
Right.
anyway.
Right.
Right,
So that's
sure.
what I mean. That's all I'm saying. So I
Right.
don't,
No, I get it.
I just don't like the terminology. What you put out, you get back, because then people interpret it incorrectly.
Okay.
Right. And I don't like that. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Does that
got
make
it.
sense?
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Because it's just like, you might not recognize it.
Right.
And it's
Right.
about how we interpret things and how we look at it. And
That could very well.
that's the point that I come from. So it's like a lot of times we break through the crap of a lot of what these spirituality people talk about, and a lot of it is just utter rhetoric, because it's not giving you the full picture. So if we can encapsulate the full picture, and that's what I want to do here. And you can believe it, not believe it. It's up to you, completely up to you. I'm so conditioned. I said he, but it's not. God is neither he or she. It just is. It's all things and everything. So be clear there. That's just a prior condition that I need to remove from that thought process. Every now and then it slips in. And why does it slip in? Human, right? We still make mistakes. And it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to move on and recognize it and move on. Okay? But yeah, that's why I say what you put out, I don't think you necessarily get back in the way that you think you're going to get back. So in the way you're right, in the way it's how you have to clarify it to where the person listening gets a better understanding of what
Right.
you're actually saying.
Right. Right.
See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so,
And the chances are every person who says it has a different thought about how they should get it back.
right. But
100 people, 100 different ways, so.
right. But getting back to the what we were talking about is that about leadership and taking responsibility for yourself. So, that's one of the things I would do as President of the United States is get back to the self and take responsibility for yourself. Don't just be so selfish in your life and in what you do, and that you disregard people around you, disregard your neighbors, right?
Right.
If you're a jerk, you're a jerk. Admit it, move on, and say I'm sorry, right?
Right.
Don't just double down on being a jerk, right?
Right.
It's like I get people that come into the FedEx store, and it's like, if you think I think customers are always right, you came to the wrong place, because I don't. Well, you're being rude. No, I'm not being rude. Not at all. You're being rude. Why? You're not paying attention. You're on the phone. You're trying to do a transaction. You're not showing me the respect that I deserve for working here, helping you. You're in another place and in a whole nother conversation, and you're trying to conduct business with me. Why did you walk away? That's why I walked away.
Yeah.
When you're ready,
You're obviously, yeah.
when you're ready to pay attention to me and respect my time, then I'll talk to you. Until then, bye. Right?
Right.
Well, you're rude. No, I am not rude. You're rude. I'm just giving you back what you just gave to me. Simple as that. So there you go. What you put out, you put get
That's
back.
right.
And that way, yeah, what you put out, you put back. But a lot of people don't give you that back. A lot of people just go, oh, they think it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's not okay. It's not okay. That's just rude. That's not okay. So, take responsibility for yourself. Okay? Be kind, be generous, be loving, be grateful, right? That you have a place, that people are around you, and think about others, right? The greatest gift in the world, Jesus, Buddha, Siddhartha, right? They came across this information, right? And they had to present it. Whether you believe it or not, it's irrelevant. But the information, right?
Right.
They present the information, and it helps them. Why does it help them? Because when you become more aware, it helps the whole.
Right.
Same thing with us, right? When we're around people who are aware, it helps us.
Yes.
The more aware they are, it helps the whole, right?
Absolutely.
So instead of waiting for the whole world to change around us, let's change within us, and that will affect the world.
You know what they say? Be the change.
Be the change you wish to see. What's it?
Yeah, be the change you wish to see in the world.
That's Thich Nhat Hanh, huh? I think he said that. The Buddhist monk or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so not entirely wrong what you put out, you put back. It's just, I think what drives me nuts is when.
Well, maybe the simplicity of that
Yes,
statement
yes.
was a bit oversimplified, but
That's all.
you gave the
Yeah, I just like.
further explanation.
I just like to clarify it. It's kind of like how the Secret. Everybody watched the movie The Secret, the book The Secret.
Right.
You know, and they said, you know, and what you put out, you put back, and you know, it's like, wait a second. You know, it's like, yes, true, but like, I
There's more to it than
well,
just
I saw that Oprah show, you know, and they had Michael Beckwith on and all the people that did that, and the lady saying, you know, I lost my job, I can't pay my bills, I don't have food. You can't think of that. You have to, you know, think about the positiveness and bring it in. And it's like, okay, time out. That is true, but that person totally didn't listen to a word you said. Why? Because you never validated her feeling. You never validated her discomfort of her situation. And that's what I think is missing from a lot of this manifestation type stuff. It's okay to admit life blows. Life sucks. That's okay, right? It's like, you're like this lady, that sucks. That really sucks. That's got to be incredibly just hard for you mentally. And you feel probably discouraged and all that. And that's okay. God, that's got to be rough. Okay? So what did I do? I validated her. Now you follow up and go, okay, but here's how we're going to get out of it. Because if we continue to stay in this misery, that's what's going to continue to persist in our future. So once we've realized that this sucks, this blows, we need to move past that.
Right.
And that's what I think is missing from a lot of manifestation, spirituality, and things like that, is they don't validate the person's feeling and then give them an option how to get out of it. Okay, so you're right. It blows. Thank you so much for saying that. Now let's figure out how to get past it. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit 5 minutes a day, okay? And we're just going to feel and visualize the life that we want. We're going to visualize and feel income and wealth coming towards us. We're going to visualize and feel health and being healthy and just being happy in life. 5 minutes a day. That's it. 5 minutes a day. And we're just going to be in that energy and that presence. Oh my God. And then allow the universe to work.
Right.
Without expectations. In other words, it's been a week. It hasn't happened. Don't give up. It's like the casino.
Do it and forget about it. Don't dwell on it.
It's like the casino. One pull and you're back in the game. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, look, I'm not saying go to the casino. I'm not saying gamble. I'm just using it as a metaphor. Okay? But we watched a guy, NG Slots, right? Mm-hmm. Down $295,000, right? And he's like me. He gets pissed in casinos. He's determined now, I'm going to beat you. Because he's losing and he's losing. He's like, I'm going to put another 10 in. I'm going to put another 10 in. Mm-hmm. Like, you pissing me off. I'm going to beat you. That's what he was getting, right? And he got up to $295,000 where he was down $295,000.
So incredible.
He's so pissed off. He's not saying it, but you just know he's pissed.
You can feel it right through the screen.
Right through the screen.
Yeah.
Check it out, NG Slots. And then he did a $1,250 bet, $1,250 bet. And he got the lanterns, right? Or whatever those things are. For the bonus. He got the bonus.
He got the bonus. Yeah, whatever.
And it's 6 free spins. And then within the bonus, you can actually get another bonus, which is these orbs with money on them, right? And you need 6 of those to get a bonus in the bonus.
Right.
And he's getting literally no spins. So it's 6 spins. I think he's on his 4th spin. And then he gets the orbs. And one of the orbs is $312,500.
Yeah.
Oh my God! He's going
He
in one shot.
freaked out.
Freaked out. In one shot, he got it all back.
Right.
His $295,000 he's down,
plus more.
plus a little bit more. And then spin 5, nothing. Spin 6, lands another $312,500 ball.
So, in the end, he more than doubled his loss.
It was like $704,000 is what he won on that.
All total. Yeah.
You just never know. One spin, one pull, and you're back in the game. So 5 minutes is all we're asking. 5 minutes. Feel the wealth. Feel the health you want, happy, healthy, whatever it is that you're looking to manifest. Okay? It's okay to feel crappy and say this sucks. What's not okay is to dwell in that misery. So we've recognized it, we validated this blows. Okay, now I'm going to put that aside and I'm just going to visualize and feel that wealth, that good health, whatever it is that you're doing, a better job, another opportunity, a house. I feel myself living in my house.
In my perfect home.
It's paid for. It's paid off. My house. 5 minutes is all I'm asking. And then a week goes by, nothing happens. Oh crap! Don't even try not to let them come in and then let them leave.
Right.
Right? And then a month may go by. Still, let it come and let it leave. But continue the 5 minutes. Okay? 5 minutes is all I'm asking. 5 minutes. And then, bam, it might hit. You never know.
No, you don't. You have to be open to the possibility.
Right?
Every day.
Your brother, right?
Yep.
Hit a $50,000 jackpot, bought a house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, right? So that's kind of why we use casinos sometimes as a sort of a metaphoric reality, because we'll go and many times we've been down ourselves.
We've seen it.
Yeah, and
in
boom,
action.
hit it right back.
Right.
Just takes just one. So 5 minutes, give yourself 5 minutes. 5 minutes, all right, a day, and just do it. I missed a day. Don't worry about it. Get on it next day.
When you remember, just do it again.
Okay? All right, guys. Questions, comments, please let us know down below. We are going to get a Patreon page going for your support. If you wish to support our channel, support us. Also, we're going to get some merchandise going as well. I know everybody's into that. Anyways, hey, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
All right. Good. See, it's good to have counter topics, counter banter. All right. And love yourself for who you are, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great rest of your day.